Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Leah. I wanted to do a quick video while I'm on my break from work right now. So one of the things that's been on my mind lately that's honestly been pissing me off is, excuse my language, is the fact that this society, this generation, people today are just so cold-hearted, so rude. People lack empathy. People are very sensitive, and it's honestly very irritating, especially when you're a person who's very empathetic, you're very well-mannered, you're very respectful towards others, and it's just irritating to deal with. And I would say that I don't understand why this is happening, but I actually do. Me as a believer, I do know that the Bible says that the hearts of many shall wax cold. So that's what we're seeing today. That's why so many people are very rude, very hostile. And also I do know that, we've been going through a lot within the last few years with the series of world events that's been happening and everything that's been going on. I understand why people would be feeling this way, but at the same time, we're all going through something. Life isn't easy. We're all going through it. If anything, we should be more empathetic and sticking together to get through this, but that's not happening. It's very disheartening and sad to see, to be real. But yeah, people just lack empathy, and honestly that's one of the reasons why I don't have friends like that nowadays. I prefer to just stick to myself because people just think everything is about them. A lot of people are just too in their own heads to where they can't really understand or try to understand other people. And one of the things that bothers me so much is how people just don't have manners today. It's like if you're out in public and you have a reason to, say thank you to someone, people don't say thank you. People don't say excuse me. People will look at you but don't greet you or say anything. When I was coming up, I learned that it's rude to just look at someone. Like if I look at someone, I'm gonna say, hi, how are you? I'm not just gonna look at them. Or if someone looks at me, I expect them to say, hello or something, not just look at you. You know what I'm saying? Or like if you pass by someone, the polite thing to do is to say excuse me, but people don't do that nowadays. And it's just really irritating to live in that type of world and to be around people who just act like that. And I noticed that good people are very hard to find nowadays, and when you're around so many people who behave this way, it makes you want to stoop down to that level and to treat people that way in return, even though I know that that's not the way that things should go. If you're a good person, you should remain a good person, because we need more good people in this world. But it's just really hard to not let that affect you and to not let that get to you and change you. So it's been something that I've been trying to work on a lot lately. Another thing about people feeling entitled, when it comes to having friends or people in your life, a lot of people feel entitled to your time. And I really wish we would move away from like that toxic mentality. That's another thing. Toxicity is very normalized and very I don't know, it's like people nowadays think it's cute to be toxic. People nowadays think like it's acceptable, or like, I don't know why people just want to be toxic. Being toxic is not cute. But anyways, back to the point I was making. People feel very entitled to your time, and I wish we would move away from this idea that like if someone doesn't text you back, or if someone doesn't want to hang out, or if someone doesn't want to call you, then it means that they don't care about you, or that they're being a bad friend, or this and that. Like, just because someone doesn't text you back does not mean that they don't care about you or that they're being a bad friend. That's not always the case. Sometimes I don't want to text back because I simply don't want to text back. Sometimes I have other things I need to do. Sometimes, there's things that, like I'd rather be doing other than texting and being on my phone. Or sometimes I'm doing nothing and I just simply don't want to have a conversation. It doesn't mean that I, have any ill feelings towards anyone or anything like that. Sometimes I could be going through things where I just want to take care of myself and I don't want to be on my phone. And people just get so wrapped up in the technology world too. Like, the whole purpose of texting and a cell phone honestly was to be able to like communicate quickly. Like, for example, text messages were created to be able to like set up a time to meet with people, or basically like quick stuff like that. It wasn't really meant for a deep form of communication like it is today. So you can't blame people if they don't feel like texting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even understand why that's a thing, or why people get too wrapped up in why someone didn't text them back, or someone not calling them or whatever. Like, it's not that serious, and I just wish that people would focus on things that are actually important in life, like what's going on in the world and themselves, and you know, doing what they need to do. And people just lack like that basic understanding of empathy, being able to put themselves in someone else's shoes and trying to understand other people. It's like instead people just resort to, you know, just making assumptions about someone else based on how they feel, and that's very, very toxic. And it's hard to live in a world like that. It really is, especially when you're someone who's just not into all of that. And another reason why I just don't have friends is because, like, if you don't agree with someone or see the world that they see them, or see the world in the way that they see it, it's like something's wrong with you, or you're not a good person, or you know, people are just very, very sensitive, and I don't have time to be walking on eggshells and catering to people's unrealistic feelings and expectations. And it's just ridiculous. And that's why I'd rather just stay to myself. I keep my circle very small, because I just can't deal with people's cold-heartedness. And it's like this society has made it a trend to just be really cold-hearted towards people, and it's just, like I said, it's not an easy thing to deal with. So that's kind of just a small rant that I want to talk about today. I really wish that we would move away from that toxic mentality, and that people would, you know, stick together or try to have more empathy, and you know, just be more understanding. And it's very draining. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.